I was thinking about this concept of finding one's talents. Because you know how everybody has their own specific talent. Whether it's nurtured or not is not the point. The point that I want to get to is everybody has a specific, unique, individual trait that they're born with. And a lot of people go through life never really finding this talent that they have hidden within themselves. And I've been thinking, like, one of the ways to uncover this talent is to sort of do a brain dump with the intent to find the talent. And sometimes it may come out of something irrelevant that has nothing to do with what you're looking for. But oftentimes you find things through different avenues. I guess the point that I'm trying to get at is kind of jogging your mind a little bit. You know how they say jogging your memory? More it's like jogging your mind or exercising your mind in a way that will bring about a kernel of something that you can follow and nurture. Because, I think when we ask people, what is your talent? Like, what are you good at? You ever had like you've been at a job interview where the hiring manager might say, so what are your strengths? And you're sometimes thrown off by that question. But I think to get to the bottom of what you truly are good at, specifically for your individual personality, it's a difficult task to do sometimes. So I say, and I'm a big advocate on the brain dump, right? You turn on a camera or audio and you're talking to your phone, and sometimes you find other ideas and things that you can question later. So sometimes I will record myself for maybe 30 minutes. And then I'll listen back and I'll say, oh, I was onto something in this piece right here. This piece, there was this idea in this little section. Now I have another question about what I was talking about. So then you can go and research whatever it is that you were speaking about, and you can kind of get deeper on that. Like every day, there's some sort of idea that pops into my mind. Like earlier today, I was out on the track. And I jog on the turf because it's easier on my knees. But I said, if there was some sort of mat that I could put in my house that mimics the turf of like the earth, or a grounding mat, like sort of like grass instead of, hardwood floor or cement, all the impact probably does damage to my joints. So I was wondering if there's some sort of mat that is almost like the earth, maybe sand. If you run on the beach, the hard sand on the beach, your joints feel good when you run on that type of terrain because it's like absorbing the impact. You don't slam into the concrete. And I think, that tears up my knee and I can't run anymore because of it. So, and the shoes, the shoes with so much padding doesn't help. It actually makes it worse. There has to be some sort of grounding on the floor, and your feet have to articulate with the floor. They have to spread. And when you have like these cushion shoes, it interferes with everything. So that's a whole nother topic in itself. But the point that I'm getting at is that when you're articulating your ideas out loud, one of the things that came to me with this particular idea was this. Like, you start with the marketing on this. Like, so if I wanted to create a product like a grounding mat, and I came up with the idea, it had some sort of sand or some sort of material that was an organic material on the top, but sand underneath, and it sticks to the floor perfectly so that it doesn't move around. And I said, I know exactly how to sell this product because I'm obsessed with grounding and the ligaments and joints, and I know everything there is to know about why that mat would be so good for the human being, or the physique, the fascia, the cartilage and joints and the muscles, and etc., etc. I can go on and on. So I thought about it and I said, you know what? I work backwards. You start with the marketing of the product. If you know how to market something really well, then you create the product after the marketing. Now you have yourself a good idea. And so that's one thing that I wanted to record later on when I had like a camera or, an audio recording or what have you. And I said, and there were some other things that I wanted to talk about in regards to that topic in particular, which kind of, are fleeting. I forget about them. So it would have been better if I pulled out a camera right then and there and started talking about it because I had so much more to say about it. But over the course of the day, you start to lose all the thoughts that you have about, said topic. So, but I mean, the point is to do this more often. That's how you uncover, did I say uncover? Uncover your talents in life or your ideas that could come to fruition and be some of the best ideas ever created. And, I feel like this is how you express love in the world, in the universe, really. I mean, you're put here to create stuff. Every human being is put here to create things. We're not here to always follow instructions and think inside of the box. That's, I feel like if you live your whole life that way, for me personally, I'm not the type of person that can do that. I'm the type of person that needs to be creating something. The more, the better, actually. And if I go too long with just following instructions and routines and regiments, something starts to feel really off. I need to stop that. I need a break from that. You know what I mean? So that's why I continue to, whether it be even writing down in notebooks and taking notes on certain things, or just pulling out a camera or an audio recording device to get the ideas out, whatever is easier for you, do it. I mean, one of the easiest things is just to pull it out and record, just record. And then when you watch it back later, you can add to some of the things or some of the ideas that you were talking about. This is basically how I wrote my book. I would have an idea about something and I would talk about it. And then when I listen back to it, I'm like, okay, you know what? Also, this is another thing I want to add to it. There's always something to add to your work. And I really believe that's what we're put here to do. Honestly, like we're not here to just be trapped in this confined little way of thinking. We have to exercise this ability, this creative ability that we're all born with. And if we really don't do that, I mean, we kind of, I don't want to sound too harsh on this video. I want to keep it PG and family friendly, but we kind of perish before our time. So really, I mean, just practice these things. It's the same thing if you're reading a book, right? When you're reading a book, don't passively read the book. I feel like reading a book, reading a chapter or something, and then talking about what you just learned, or adding to, or even debating and disagreeing with certain things in the book, and writing about what you disagree with, what you just read, is perfect material and content to be created. And really, like, you don't have to agree with everything you hear and see either. I love hearing disagreement, contrarian views. There's no, like, if everybody thought the same and said the same things constantly, life would be so boring. And that's, part of the problem with today. One of the things that I see and I notice on certain platforms that I won't name, but you'll start to see content creators or whatever, they're all starting to sound the same and they say the same things over and over again, and it gets so redundant that it's like, you know what, I have to get off of this. I have to get off of this and I have to go outside and just tune out, unplug. Because it's this echo chamber of people saying the same thing in different variations over and over and over again. I mean, isn't that annoying? Like, let's take a. I was watching content creators who help content creators, right? And they say, "Oh, you need the hook. You need to have the story arc and the structure this way, and then, you rehook them." And it's like all this stuff that they're all repeating the same thing. Like if you just like took notes, okay, oh, you need a hook, you need a story arc, you need the levels 1, 2, 3 in the story, the turning point, and all this stuff. It's like, how many times can a content creator repeat that same thing? Like, whatever happened to just pulling out the camera and just talking about what you feel in the moment? Why does it have to be a hook in the beginning? Why do you have to have some sort of story arc and the turning point, middle and end, and all this stuff? Why does it always have to be so structured? I think with AI and all of this stuff, everything being so contrived, people are getting sick and tired of the same song and dance. Like, be different, be original, get your own point of view, do your own thing. Whatever that may be, just do your own thing and create your own story. Don't like follow some rigid structure because 40 million content creators told you need to have the hook in the beginning and do this and this and that and have it all perfectly tied up with a bow. I mean, it's getting a little ridiculous, honestly. If you see, like, I don't think this whole thing is going to last with these content creators that are all preaching the same thing. Like, pull out your camera, talk to your camera if you want to be a content creator. I honestly, I can't watch this stuff anymore. I cannot watch these content creators that. And I got into it too. Like, okay, let me try to create a hook. I did this. Let me try to hook them and let me tell a story next, and then let me have this factoid of some sort. And you don't need it. Like, I mean, it's cool to naturally do it if you naturally do it that way. But to try to do something to fit into some sort of mold is annoying. And it doesn't come off authentic in any way. You're not really being you. If you don't want to talk about any kind of facts, then what is the purpose in just forcing yourself to do it? That's all. I mean, I feel like when you're just being authentic and creating in the moment and being you 100% unapologetically, you're really expressing love. You're sharing love in this world. And I think we need more of that. We honestly need more of that. All right. So if you enjoyed the video, check out some of the other videos. Leave me a comment, man. Tell me. I don't know. I don't know how to fucking wrap up the video. Like, honestly, don't leave a comment. It doesn't matter. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that was corny that I just did. Like, honestly, that was, to me, it feels kind of, yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. No, if you don't want to subscribe, don't do it. And honestly, I don't want people just subscribing to my channel just because I said so. You know what I'm saying? Don't like the video just because I said so. It's kind of annoying when people in the beginning of the video say, yeah, man, like, comment, and subscribe before you even. It just, I don't know. Maybe I'm getting old. Like, stuff like that annoys me. It's like, you want me to like your video and subscribe? I don't even know what you have to say yet. I don't even know what you're saying is if it's gonna benefit me or not. Like, you want me to like and subscribe already? Like, I don't even know what I'm giving you a chance. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Anyway, there is no ending to this video.